All
Now we're
right. It's casual. Sorry,
It
we're a few
is.
minutes late. Jonathan, go ahead and bring us in.
All right.
All right. Very good.
yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm not sure if you guys have had a good week this week or not. Things have been kind of crazy last week.
Uh huh.
Um, I'm a little better this week. I
That's good.
actually I had a 2 month writer's block, and I wasn't
Oh,
able to do any work on my novel. I was looking for anything else to do but that, and it broke today. And I did about four
thank
hours of work
God.
this afternoon on Bachelor's Guide to Post-Apocalyptic Dating, the sequel to Bachelor's Guide to Post-Apocalyptic Success. So hopefully I'll crank out some more pages tonight, and the it'll keep on. I'll keep a hold of this train for as long as I can.
That's exciting. What do you attribute the change to? Like, what happened? How did you
I don't know.
jumpstart?
It's writer's block is like that. It just
Mhm.
surprises you. It comes on, and then you're like, "Oh man!" And then you just
Yeah.
dread getting in there and trying to fix whatever it was that started the block.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden something comes to you, and boom, you're out of the writer's block, and you're cranking out pages again. So I can't explain it.
Exactly.
It's just a phenomenon that happens to most writers, and
You
they will
know,
all tell you the same thing. We don't know what makes it happen, but we just hope it goes away as soon as possible.
yeah, you know what? Dennis and I are reading Stephen King's book on writing right now.
Oh
It's
yeah,
about
great
the
book.
writing. Yeah, so it's so
Fantastic
good.
book.
He talks about the writer's block. He talks about all this stuff. It's like so apropos to what you're going through right now. But I'm happy
For an
that you
author,
jump
that's the
started
most
it.
horrific thing. Yes,
Yeah, I know, right? It's terrible. It's absolutely awful. So we're looking forward to you finishing it and completing it so that we can all
I
enjoy
am
it.
too. My publisher he once wanted me to get that ready for him for this summer, so
Yeah.
I'm
Can
running late.
you Can you
So
point
we'll
all of
see.
our fans to your previous works and how they can order? I know Jake Allen bought.
You can go to Palm Circle Press, or you can go to Amazon, and my books are there. I also have another one called The Vampire Regulars. It's a Tales of the Vampire series. And so if you're into the
Awesome.
vampire thing, definitely check that out. A lot of people said,
So
yeah, it's
cool.
really different from most
Yeah.
vampire books. It's good. So I'm happy about that.
Hmm.
That's what I wanted. I didn't want it to
Yeah.
be like every
Awesome.
other book.
Yep.
So
It's awesome. Really
um,
cool.
we received another video this week from someone we
Oh, there
know,
we go.
right?
We did.
And can we run that?
So okay. So I'm gonna run it. I'm just letting you know.
This
It's
is someone we met on Tardown Tonight, not quite.
Hmm.
He was brought
And
on.
I
He
guess
used
he's
to work
tried to
for
reach out to that show, and that show is not on Fridays. It hasn't been on for a while. I'm hoping it comes back
right.
soon.
So now
And so we got
so
this
he
video.
wanted us to broadcast it here. Yeah. So here it is.
This is message for Yorina, who is in America. I am Yuri Grodsky, ex-deputy finance minister for Putin in Russia. I just want to say, I have thought of nothing else but being with you, Yorina, since I first saw you. You are so lovely, like a beautiful rose with thorns who talks back to her men. Very beautiful and full of fire. I have been fired from my post. I no longer live in palatial mansion in Moscow. I now live in small one-bedroom apartment in Ukraine. But I can still be your good man. You have bewitched me. I can think of nothing more than wanting to be with you. I know that if you give me chance, We'll be very happy together and make each other smile very much.
Okay, so Yurina is a Russian girl who's living here in America. She has been on Tardon Tonight. She has been on social media, and she's quite the pistol. And
yeah.
he came on to Tardon Tonight as Putin sent him to kind of distract Yurina because she was incessantly contacting Putin's office trying to get a hold of him, and he wouldn't have it. Evidently, he was too busy, didn't have the time, and so he put this guy Yuri Grodsky
Yeah.
in her way to see if that could stop. Well, obviously, from what we just heard on the video, he's lost his job.
Yeah.
He's no longer the deputy
Gonna-
finance minister, and he's
gonna
now in a
severely
small
hurt his chances.
apartment in the Ukraine. So I know that Renee is in contact with Yurina,
Mm-hmm.
and is it possible for us to get a live feed? In
That's
the
to be
studio?
determined. Well, there she is.
We
There
get
she is.
live feed, but we don't get Irina. Okay, this is second time Tardan Media Network screw me up the bum hole thing. Okay, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to live in Ukraine. Is backwoods, not even country. Is really like full of vampire, like werewolf. You can write story about it, Rory. You know, I don't want anything to do with this Jabba. You know, Jabba is toad, little toad. I don't want anything to do with it. And this is second time. So now I'm going to have to go to Daddy Putin and report this network for fake news.
Well, it appears that he is genuinely smitten with you, and he's willing to give everything up to be with you. I think that's what I got from the video. He's probably
So
willing
I
to
can
come to
live.
America.
I can live in Transylvania with Dracula, right? Is that what I want to do? I want to live in decrepit old castle with like gross little speeder everywhere. You know what? I don't understand, but we have word for you guys, and what we say in my country is, "May a dog kick you." May a dog kick you because you're so small and low to ground. The very fact that you give this crazy Ukraine guy, like this Jabba crazy guy, you know, living with Baba Yaga in a chicken place in the middle of Black Forest, like I would ever do that. I live in palace with Daddy Putin. This is my world. This is my world. Rory, you
Well,
understand.
the guy, he poured out
You're
his
a
heart
better
for you,
man than
Marina,
this.
and it seems genuine, and he doesn't seem like a bad guy. So we thought we'd play the video and see what you thought of it.
Why don't you go and marry nice Grotsky? I understand that you might like this. You know, in the West, they do that sort of thing. Ukraine wants to be very Western. So you love Western things. Why don't you go move with Grotsky? If you like Jabba like that, you know, it could be a very nice thing for you. So you go with Baba Yaga.
Again,
and
we'll tell him
enjoy.
you're not interested.
That is understatement of century, Rory. Understatement. I want you to write a book about vampire named Grotsky. It will be massive, big seller, okay? And then you give it to me in Palace with Daddy Putin. Does that sound good?
I think he's right. I don't think you're going to get Putin. I'm sorry.
You know
those
what?
pictures that
I'm
you
leaving.
kiss, I
I'm
think
not
they're
going to put
photoshopped.
up with this crap anymore. This is total caca. This is total caca. And you know what? Bye-bye. May a dog kick you. And you too,
The man has no
Jonathan, for
time for
laughing.
that kind of thing.
Okay, well, bye-bye. No, bye-bye. Don't be done.
Oh,
Irena has flipped her lid.
she's
Promptly
run off
flipped
again.
her lid. Oh,
All right.
jeez.
Well, enough of that. I mean, again, we tried our best for Mr. Grodsky to get his message
Yep.
across to Yurina. He's totally in love, and he's sadly going to be very hurt, I think, after he sees this or after we tell him what happened.
Oh, boy.
So,
Never-ending
anyway,
saga.
we have a lovely woman coming on the show.
Yes, we
She's
do.
got one of the loveliest voices that on socially distant fest. I always forget the socially. I always say social distant fest. Socially distant fest. She is the Rock and Roll Evans. So
Aha.
let's bring her on right now to play some music for us and tell us a little bit about her personal
Howdy,
philosophy.
Ro.
Hey, Ro.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Hope you are too.
I am hanging in there, trucking along.
Did you see the weird little Russian Ukrainian
I plead
romance
the
thing we just did?
I plead the fifth.
How we get caught in the middle of this stuff, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Renee just has that ability of attracting the crazy, it seems.
Yeah.
You know,
True enough.
Rory, I don't know. John, I don't know.
So would you like to play a few tunes for us? We would love to hear you play.
Sure. I would love to play a Long Train to Come In. It seems to be a big, fabulous favorite of the Java Jammin' crew. My friends, don't call them my fans. It's been a long time being with them all through the
You
pandemic.
have a daily feed. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And again, you get a lot of people, come into those in the mornings for Java and a little rock and roll.
Little coffee, a little talk, a lot of tunes. Yeah. Thanks for having me on today.
We're glad to have you.
So glad you were able to come on.
So used to saying today. So this is a long train to come in. Let me take you away for a while out of your insanity, out of your brain, okay?
Okay.
I said angel on the right side, devils on the left, tossing coins. See who's best. Daisies and daffodils, airplanes in the sky. Little children always wondering why. There's a long train a-coming to take you away from all that's crazy in this world and all that drives you insane. I say trees grow by the year, flowers grow by the season. You can get up and leave for no darn reason. I look at the world with rolling eyes, wonder what's next on this long and lonely ride. There's a long train coming to take you away from all that's crazy in this world and all that drives you insane. I'm gonna get it done now. There's a long train a-coming to take you away from all that's crazy in this world.
Wow. Thank you
No.
for that. Wonderful.
Sorry.
Great job. As always. Unfortunately, we got a message from Amity saying that your mom is not able to watch this. She's on Social Distance Fest. We are on Socially Distance Fest.
I'm dealing
Network.
with it right now. Wait, no. I'm dealing with it right now. I'm
No,
getting
yeah,
on it. Yeah, don't worry. No, we're getting her there. She's gonna watch one of the other ones. I'm dealing with it right now. Just letting you know. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, again, I was explaining
right.
that we are on Socially Distant Fest Net, which is actually a different channel on the same channel kind of thing.
Yeah. Sorry about that,
She
guys.
might have to watch the
All right.
replay. I'm sorry for that. But
No worries.
um,
Sorry,
when did
Mom.
you get
Love you.
started singing and playing the guitar and becoming a troubadour as you are?
What? Excuse me.
When did you begin? When did you start? Actually, at what age
Oh,
did you
playing
start
guitar.
playing guitar? And
I started guitar at 13. I owe singing to my mom plopping me down in nursing homes, making
Wow.
elderly people very happy. Moving elderly people moving to the music,
Wow.
clapping, actually moving their feet that were in wheelchairs. So my mom belonged to an elderly music, and she plopped me in there and began making me sing, and that's how I began to sing.
well, I've heard of captive audiences, but captive performer.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a very beautiful thing for me to start that
But
way.
yes, they are audiences who enjoy good entertainment. That's for
And
sure.
then I didn't just do elderly; I did very, lively people as well. But I started, I believe, at age 4, 6, yeah. So, and then I began to play, piano and violin and dibbled and dabbled in but singing was my big, poetry was my second. And then I began in a lot of bands. I was in a lot of bands.
I
very
haven't
young.
heard you do poetry yet. I'll have to see if I can find some of your poetry stuff on your feeds. Jonathan
All
is
my
a big
music is
poet
my poetry.
in our
Yes.
group.
Yeah,
And
Rory
all
shared.
music, yeah. So,
Rose shared a few of her writings in the poetry group that we're in. She's a very
Yeah.
good,
like I said,
very
I
good
dibble
writer.
and dabble everywhere in here.
She's a great writer.
Thank you very
Great
much,
poet.
John. So are you.
Thank you.
You are all about the positive energy. The white light and the healing is something that you always say on your feed.
Yes.
What else like that do you believe in?
Well, I'm not a trained healer or a licensed healer, Rory. I don't claim to be. I'm just a musician. I'm rock and roll. I stream music and I make people happy. I hope I make people happy. Mine is music is medicine, and everybody needs a dose a day. Everybody does need a dose a day because it's a motivation. And I try to be everyone's pill. A little dose here, a little dose there.
Definitely believe in the power of music healing as well as the power of laughter healing.
Yes, and I did get permission to discuss one thing. There's a quadriplegic on our Java Jammin' show, and they discovered the show during the quarantine, and he has been moving. He has locked in syndrome, which does not allow the brain to move fingers, toes, facial. He has now been recognizing my voice, moving his fingers slightly, even his mouth quite a bit. I talk to this woman every day. We are like family. And she wanted to let everybody know that music is the healer. And the funding for music therapy is so little. And if there was more funding out there, that many people with locked in syndrome would probably be moving more often and getting cured. But she just wanted to let everybody know that the music on Socially Distant Fest is just so beautiful and so healing to everybody that needs the music. And Java Jammin' was the thing that she came across first, and she just wanted to say that music is the healer, and Beethoven is the biggest healer of all, which is amazing because music is medicine. And she just wanted me to say that to everybody. So just put on your music and dance. Do whatever you do. Clean. I don't know. People say they watch my show like a show and eat popcorn at the end of the night. So enjoy. Have your goodies. I don't care. Eat chocolate, popcorn. Have a coffee. Have a thing of wine. I don't really care what you do with your beverage.
It doesn't just soothe the savage beast. It does
It's the heart,
make
mind,
people
spirit, and
happy.
soul.
Music and comedy both make people happy, and that actually lengthens lives, I believe.
Well,
not by days, by weeks, by months, but even by years.
It helps agoraphobics. It helps fibromyalgia. I suffer from fibromyalgia, and if I didn't have the show, I don't know what I would have done during quarantine. I don't know what I would do without music. So
A lot of people have said that about the quarantine, that they found outlets for creativity, that they found friends that they never knew they would have, because we were forced to, do like this, do podcasts and go on social media where other people were suffering from, hey, I'm stuck in my cabin, I'm having cabin fever, I need to do something, help me. So a lot of people actually got a lot of positive connections and feelings from this, even though it was a terrible thing.
and they say that also that um I didn't just start Java Jammin'. I started it a long time ago, but I found that Java Jammin', even the 5 minutes that I started it in, and then it went to a half an hour, then it went to an hour, and sometimes it was an hour and a half. And even when I lost my voice, I continued to just play and finger pick the music, and people still came in. So they're just not my fans. They're my friends, and I value all my friends who listen. And I'm just so happy, and I'm so blessed, and so honored to be here tonight, just so that I can talk about it and talk about the healing of music and how music is medicine and how it helps everybody every day, every night, every morning. And it's just beautiful. Music is so beautiful.
Another of our
Yeah.
friends, Jay Thompson, who's another great musician, he likes to go out in the outdoors and do music. He says that your music helps him every morning. So,
Well, his music helps me too. So we're even.
and Fred Bowman says, yeah, Ro Evans makes people happy.
Oh, thank
So if
you
you
for
could
that.
continue to make people happy by playing us another song, that'd be grateful. We
Sure.
would all be grateful.
That'd be wonderful. And this one's called Everlasting Kiss. It's a little slower than the last one, but I think you'll like it. And it's Mom, thanks for coming in. If you have, and this is my mom's favorite song. So this goes out to you for putting my voice out there when I was young. I love you, Mom. And also, Butterfly Fiddle Cooper is on Socially Distant Fest, and she plays violin on this song with me on my CD, Thoughtbox. Don't tell me how to live my life or who I have within or who I'm supposed to be now, 'cause I'm the one chasing dreams day after day, week after week, and I'm hiding from myself, holding back the tears, fighting my fears. I need to cherish what I have today. Let the wind blow across my face and across my lips. I want that sweet touch, that gentle caress. I will surrender myself for an everlasting kiss. Please take away the pain so I can smile again. I need to feel whole again. Yeah, take the pain from my heart. I'm the one that cages me in, cages me in. And I can't fight anymore. I'm wearing thin. You're to cherish what I have today. Let the wind blow across my face and across my lips. I want that sweet touch, that gentle caress. I will surrender myself for an everlasting kiss. I'm the one chasing dreams, hiding from myself, holding back the tears.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
That's your
you.
mom's favorite. Do
Well,
you get a lot of
and
who
the
you are
violin
from your
and
mother?
Butterfly Fiddle Hooper's violin just, oh my God, it's so beautiful the way she plays it in between. And it's longer. It's just I cut it down for you guys.
What's your relationship like with your mother? If you could share that with us.
It's a beautiful relationship. People ask us, well, who taught you how to sing? And she says, I didn't. I didn't want to ruin what she had. Didn't want to do it. So she'll never take credit for it, right? So.
But I do feel that you probably get a lot of who you are from your mom.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first line of that song is "Don't tell me how to live my life." So I thought that's a peculiar first line for one that a mother would love, but
Well,
if she's slightly rebellious,
it's not about her. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. This is a long standing song. It's 7 years of a CD. It's this CD was a long time coming, like the song "A Long Train a Comin'." Long time coming.
Sandy says that's her favorite hat that you're wearing right now.
All
She
right.
says you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
And Amity, of course, says that's a very pretty song, which we all agree, I think.
Thank you, Amity. Thanks for having my mom on your shoulder there, kid. Mom gets a little nervous. Mom, you would have watched it on replay. Everything would have been fine. Thanks everybody up there in the cockpit for helping her.
So how do you like you always cheer people up, Ro? I wanted to ask you this because a lot of your friends, as you call them, you don't say fans, you say friends, but a lot of them really attribute a lot of their mental stability, emotional stability, especially during this time, to just tuning in and like seeing you and your warmth and the way you connect with an audience, the way that you make people feel special. Like, where does your strength come from? How do you overcome challenges in life? Yeah.
Can I say I plead the fifth? No. I write and I play and I get things out through my music. And I have friends. I have a couple of friends that are always there for me. And I do have people on this I've met through Socially Distant Fest that are so good to me. And we do talk on the phone and we do talk through Messenger. And I really have bonded with a couple. There are some people that are very, very sick that I do talk to very, very often. And I've really bonded with a lot of people through the quarantine. Part of Java Jammin' was all about getting people to know each other. I started a coffee club. People to come in, have coffee, get to know each other, chat, come in the next day, chat, talk about their problems. We have people that talk about their problems with each other. And that's what this was all about. People weren't talking to each other through the quarantine, weren't getting to know each other, weren't going to coffee places, weren't going to anything, weren't doing anything. So why not start a coffee club in Socially Distant Fest?
Well, what kind of a kid were you? Were you always like this? Were you also always socially connected, or like who were you in? I'm doing a Dennis Tardon question, but who was Ro in in high school?
Do you really
What
want to know? Do you want to get dirty and down? I was
Yes.
picked on. I was picked on. I was picked on so badly. So badly.
How did that change you as a person? Do you think that that made you more compassionate so that other people don't have to go through that? Did that make you more?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I think I owe a lot to experiences, and I can say that when you go through what you go through, it's just how you deal with it. Some people go the opposite way and some people go the other way. And I decided to stay in the middle and decide which way to go, like a metronome.
Right. Right.
Some
You
people
didn't
you
want to.
meet, you don't like, some people you do. I tend to stay in the middle. I'm a watcher. I get to know someone. And if I don't like that person, I tend to stay on the opposite side, but I still associate with them. You just have to be, you have to just be careful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Bob Ross says the bullying just makes you stronger and more patient.
It does. That's right, Bob. You wanted to get down and dirty. I didn't plead the fifth. I'll tell you how it is. There's a lot of people that are bullied, but we all come out stronger. We all come out stronger.
I've got a side note here. What's a doodle heart and how has it affected you?
A doodle heart.
That was an app that you used on one of your pictures in your feed. And you didn't remember it, so the joke is gone. Sorry.
A doodle heart. I know. I'm lost. That's what they call. And I know I'm gonna say this. A brain fog. That was a brain fog moment right there. Brain fog, not a brain fart, but a brain fog.
No, I think it was more of a brain fart on my part. Sorry about that.
Doodle heart. I'll have to look that up. Where was that? Who asked that question?
I was going through your feed looking for things to talk about.
And
I found a picture that you had used the Doodle Heart app on.
Oh,
and you seem very pleased with it. So
like I said, I'm all over.
That's why I went with that comment.
Oh, I'm all over the stream. I'm all over this.
It's a thing that I do with another character of mine, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I wanted to ask, Ro, who inspires you in your life? It can be famous people or it can be like not famous people, but just artistically and even just motivationally.
There was an old man. Okay. I was at a nursing home and he goes, you sound like Janis Joplin. Get her stuff and learn her stuff. Well, I couldn't memorize her stuff. She does her own thing. I sang. I learned Summertime, and from then on, that's where it all began.
Really? Oh, that's an interesting story. What year would that have been?
I don't know, because Mom had me doing George Gershwin Summertime too.
Wow.
And my teachers, we're gonna go way back here. My teachers back in kindergarten picked on then too, but they all had me singing Shirley Temple and all those old, professional singers and things like that. So I did like Animal Crackers and all that stuff like that there. So
that's cool. That's so awesome. Do you still do any of those songs? Do you perform any of those live?
I'm sure if someone pulled my finger, I might be able to do a couple verses here and there, but I would not want to. Catch my drift?
I do. We won't harass you. We
won't ask you to do that then.
No.
Okay, well, again, every morning at 11 o'clock, right, Eastern time?
Yes.
We've got Rockin' Row Evans, Java with Rockin' Row Evans.
Java jamming.
Yeah, Java jam. And I hope that we can get more people to come to your feed, more friends to go to your feed.
Yes, always friends. Fans is a good thing, but friends to me is better because then, they're there. You can have a convo.
And again, she is all about the power of music and its healing power. And we are going to bring up a guy now whose laughter is the best medicine in his book. Woo! His name is Mike Valdes from South Florida. He's a comedian. He's an impressionist. He does great impressions. I met him on Clubhouse a few months ago and was just very impressed with how funny and how smart and witty he was. He's very quick at improv. Let's bring him on up right now.
What's up?
Hi.
Mike.
Hi. How
Do
are
some
you?
people call you Mikey?
Yeah, absolutely.
I could have sworn I heard a couple people call you Mikey Valdes here and
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, all the time. It's Mike, Mikey, all that stuff. It's the child in me.
Well, up above you is Ro Evans,
Okay.
and a remarkable performer in her own right. And maybe we can get her on
What's up?
Clubhouse sometime.
Can do like the whole
If you
like
could
Brady
tell us,
Bunch thing.
if you could tell us
Oh my God, I
what
feel like
this
the
whole
Brady
phenomenon Clubhouse is.
Say what? I'm sorry.
Tell us what the whole phenomena of Clubhouse is.
Okay. I was too busy fake waving at people. So so Clubhouse is great, man. I mean, it's a video or a video, excuse me. This is a video. It is an audio app where people just talk to each other. And, you were saying previously in the show where there are some things where people in the pandemic have found new friends and things like that. And it's been really beneficial, at least for me as a creative, to find new people and to find people that are also creative like I am, funny and all kinds of stuff, whether it's just to hang out or to be creative with them. So, yeah, I love it. It's not for everybody, but I love it, So
Yeah, but the fact that it's not video, that it's just audio, and it
Yeah.
is amazingly popular, especially with actors and producers and directors and stuff out in California.
Yep.
I can't believe all the people that I've been in the room with since I started going on there. I mean, I've been in the room with Robert Klein last night, Eddie Brill,
Yep.
Wow.
Dick Cavett,
Mhm.
Jeff Foxworthy, whom I hadn't seen him in like 25, 30 years,
Yeah.
over 30 years. It's just amazing how many people are hooked into that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really great, man. I mean, just to kind of plug, the people that I hang out with for the majority of it. We met on the Comedy Lounge, which is a group on Clubhouse, and it's just a collective of comedians and comedic writers and all kinds of stuff. And we have Randy Singer who wrote Mrs. Doubtfire. Mark Blutman, who wrote Boy Meets World. I mean, there's like so many different people where it's just like, and this is another thing too, man. Like I have a podcast about nostalgia, about childhood. Like Boy Meets World is one of my favorite shows of all time. Like I never knew that I would ever meet the guy that wrote my favorite show. You know what I mean? So it's kind of insane, like how this app, kind of brings everybody together. And yeah, man, there's one of my favorite things about it personally is that it sifts through all the bull. You know what I mean? So like it can, like people can tell if you're being genuine, and
Yeah.
being genuine and sincerity and not being a hypocrite and all that stuff is rewarded because you can't buy your followers, you can't buy your likes. You can't do any of that. Like it's literally like you have those followers because every single one of those people care about what you have to say, So, and it's not quite like how the other social medias are, which to each their own. And all social media is great for whatever it is that you're trying to do with it, But that specific app is very interesting in that way, Anyway,
Now you've been
feel
actually
like-
very busy.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I've been checking on your feed.
Uh-huh.
Wow, life's a bit.
Yeah.
What the F?
Yeah. So many.
Please don't kick me out.
Yes. So
You
many.
are in demand, sir.
I try to be. Yeah, man, I try to be. I love guesting on people's podcasts, of course, but I also have my own. And I'm lucky enough that people have been listening. We actually got featured on Vulture Comedy, which is really amazing. And the name of the podcast, by the way, is called Childlike at Best with Mike Valdes. And it's a podcast about childhood and nostalgia. And sure, that's the gist of it. There's a hook. Like the whole idea is like, oh, I bring somebody on, we talk about childhood, and we review a box of cereal or whatever. Like that's the hook. But the reality of it is like I believe that there is so much of your childhood that mirrors who you are now, and
Right.
the things that you wanted as a child have so much to do with who you are and what you want to be now. And I think some of the most important things that as an actor that I've learned is to go back to that 10-year-old and ask him if I'm happy. Because, and like, if he thinks that what I'm doing is the right thing, because that's the person that's the person that believed in the magic in the first place. That's the person that believed in the dream. And so, and especially, if we're all in the entertainment business at some capacity, we've learned very quickly that a lot of those people do not believe in that magic anymore. So you constantly need to be reminded of that magic that got you to where you want to be. So and also it's good to check back, because it reminds you of how far you've come as well. So it reminds you, there's, you're like, well, I mean, there's so many things, Rory. I mean, like I could say, like, man, like, well, I've only been on Nickelodeon once, and it's like, yeah, but the 10-year-old version of you would be flipping out that he was on TV. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yes, if you've ever taken a child to a Nickelodeon show, yeah, you'll understand. And,
Yeah.
Again, eBay is still huge because people, like you say, will go back and find those things that you can't find today that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Speak and Say, the bright lights, light brights.
Oh, it's great, man. I have if I could show you my DMs on Instagram of people's like shopping carts and pictures that they send me from their grocery store, and they're like, "This is all your fault." It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, it's like just carts full of cereal and Dunkaroos and Pop-Tarts and Funyuns, and they're like, "You did this to me, Mike Valdes."
No, it is a kind of a primal thing, and I think it's great that you've tapped into that with Childlike at Best.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'm going to go back and look at some of the episodes because I want to. There are a lot of things that you mentioned in the the credits that I'm interested in, that I'm still interested in, that I remember.
Of course. Well,
So,
I mean, the perfect.
For instance, cereal.
Yes.
Let's talk cereal.
Yeah, let's do that.
I know this is one of your favorite subjects.
It is. I have a lot of favorite subjects, but that is one of them. Yes.
So, what cereals did you grow up with that you missed today?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is about.
We're gonna ask everybody this.
This is about to get crazy. My favorite cereal of all time, and they can't bring it back because it's probably illegal, is the Rice Krispies Treats cereal from the 90s. It is the Heisenberg Blue of cereal, where it's just like it is not coming back, because there's no way that kids didn't develop type 2 diabetes when they ate a box of it.
It's just too much sugar.
Exactly. It's literally like, have you ever bought like those Rice Krispies treats? It's literally just like getting a hammer to those, putting them into a box of cereal and saying, "Hey, here's your box of cereal." Like, that's literally what it was. It was amazing. I loved it.
I don't feel so bad about my Captain Crunch peanut butter cereal now.
Captain Crunch is great. And also I love me some Captain Crunch. I also love them because they're the first cereal company to ever sponsor my podcast. So that's why I love Captain Crunch like nobody's business. They sponsored.
Well, they actually still have that, and there is. I saw a box on the shelf the other day that made me actually do like a Three Stooges double take.
Right.
It said all crunch berries.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's been around for a while. So there's Oops All Berries. The one that I'm trying to get my hands on, which I actually am DMing them. And Captain, if you're watching this, please read your DMs. They have chocolate and caramel crunch coming out, and I'm super quick on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Renee, favorite cereal? from your
Oh my
childhood?
gosh, I love Rice Krispies just because it's so like neutral, like it's not too much, but I don't know, there's just something really comforting about it. I don't know why, but that's like my go-to.
Mhm.
But I used to love, do you guys remember the ones with
The sound is soothing.
It is.
the little popping and the little and then the one with the squirrel from back when we were kids. I can't remember the name of it. It was something, it was kind of like Honey Bunches of Oats. It was clusters. And the commercials would
remember
have
that.
and the commercials would have this cute squirrel or something going to get his clusters. But everyone Google that. It was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. It was
Honey
amazing.
cinnamon clusters. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I
clusters.
wish I could remember the name, but I remember the cereal though. I used to eat
Yeah.
those. Jonathan, favorite cereal from your childhood, which wasn't long ago.
Yeah. I don't really know if I had a favorite growing up as a kid. I don't
That's
really think I had a
weird.
particular favorite.
That's so weird.
Ro,
I'm
what did
just
your
kidding.
mom let you eat when you were a kid, as far as cereal goes?
I think it was honeycombs.
There you go.
Oh, I
that's a
love
good
the
choice.
honeycomb.
Right.
Like pops.
And I
It
used to
tastes a little
crush
like
pops.
pops.
I used to crush those suckers up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
By the way, that mascot is definitely a serial killer. But just saying, he's crazy.
Damn it, Mike, you caught me with a drink of water in my mouth. My laptop was almost wearing that drink of water.
So I've thought about this, dude. What if there was a Super Smash Brothers of the freaking Breakfast Club? Like, who would win in a fight between all the characters? And like, Tony the Tiger would kill everyone, right? Like when you think about it,
Those arms.
he's a tiger. Like he's a giant tiger, dude. But then like you start thinking about the honeycomb guy. Like it's like if it's prison rules, the honeycomb guy's gonna win because he's crazy. Like, so that's just me.
Captain Crunch wouldn't go far.
I mean, I feel like he would go far because he's from the army. Like he's definitely
He's
gonna
military.
kill. Yeah, he's gonna kill the toucan. And lucky,
Wait a minute, he's got a sword on his side, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
and
I'll
that's
take that
what
back.
Chocula.
he's
Not
in the
Chocula's
Navy.
pretty,
He
you know.
probably has tattoos all over his arms. Like he's in the Navy. He's a pop punk. He's like a punk rock guy, dude. It makes perfect sense.
So again, you've been. I look back and it was as if the pandemic was barely an inconvenience for you. I mean, you were able to continually work in clubs
That's very
in
funny.
Miami and Fort Lauderdale. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, that was in the middle of the pandemic. That was
Yeah.
How did he do that?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the key to my success is live in a state that does not care about COVID.
There you go. That'll do it.
That is the best way to succeed in this business. is to live in a state that does not care.
So your advice is move to either Florida or Texas.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you did an audition in your home in checked shorts.
Yeah. It's true, man. I mean, you
just didn't slow down.
Yeah, I've been extremely lucky, man. I've been extremely lucky because whether it's through, getting to do like private shows or corporate gigs or whatever, even booking some acting gigs and stuff during the pandemic was really beneficial and things like that. I see that I'm in a place that a lot of people are not, and I'm extremely grateful for it. However, it is one of those things where like you're constantly telling yourself, well, have I really done enough? Like, it's one of those things where like, I don't know. I hear you say things like that, Rory, where you're like, wow, you haven't stopped. And it's like, I don't know about all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's just because I live with myself every day. You know what I mean? So.
And you actually had Childlike Best and other podcasts.
Yeah.
You were doing podcasts before the pandemic.
Sure were.
So you had a foot up in the stirrups even before it even got started in February last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's definitely something that I'm grateful for. And another thing that I'm super grateful for the pandemic, at least, is just that getting to do things like this is now more possible. Because before the pandemic, it was like if you weren't meeting in person for a podcast, it wasn't a podcast, and now everybody kind of understands that we're going to Zoom with each other and all that kind of stuff. And now it even gets to a point where like I'll interview people that are like 30 minutes away from me, and I'd rather just Zoom conference them because it's easier. I can make it sound good. They're like, who cares?
True enough. True.
So yeah, I mean, and of course, the biggest factor of it as well is that now because of Zoom, you can talk to anyone. So you can talk to anyone from any country, or any state or anything. And,
Right.
that, and then given the relationships from Clubhouse, now I get to talk to people like you, like Philip Wilburn, like Scott Henry, like Josh Sneed, like Mark Blutman, all these people that I would have never known or even thought were too famous to be on my podcast. You know what I mean? Like, but now,
Understood.
yeah, but then you just realize like, oh, like they're just people like me, and we're all just trying to do this thing.
And you mentioned Philip Wilburn.
Yeah,
he was on the show a few weeks back.
Sure was. Yeah.
And you've got an interesting story one night about in Clubhouse when you tried to set him up with a joke and it didn't take.
Oh man, it is one of my favorite. I have many Philip Wilburn stories that are my favorite, but that is one of my favorite stories where, as a comic, you try to do these things where you want to give someone like metaphorically, you want to give them a layup. Like you want to just throw the basketball up so they can just slam dunk it and just like, boast about how great their joke was, and that they're gonna succeed, and so we do a show every Tuesday with Simpsons characters, and so we do impressions of Simpsons characters, and I play Ralph Wiggum on it. And a part of the whole thing is that it's like Moe's Tavern. So there's characters that'll come in and people can come in. So if you want to come in as yourself and talk to Ralph Wiggum or Homer Simpson, you can do that. Or if you want to come in as, let's say like Philip did, like King Triton from The Little Mermaid, you can do that, right? So he came in, and he was doing his whole thing like Ariel, all that thing, and he kept just screaming Ariel, whatever. And so as Ralph, I thought it would be funny, like a great layup for him would be, hey, Mr. Trident, what's your favorite font? Like, what's your favorite font? Which of course would be Ariel, right? That would be the slam dunk, right? And he's like, actually, I like Comic Sans. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like,
New Times Roman.
Yeah. But here's the thing, and this is why I love Philip, and this is why this is such a great story. He immediately picked that mistake up and said, nope, all of my kids are named after fonts. There's Times New Roman, there's Comic Sans, there's Arial, and that is why Philip Wilburn is the best improviser. I love that guy, dude.
Man, oh
He's
man.
very funny guy. Great guy too. Off.
Yeah.
When you're out of the rooms, he's a wonderful guy. As is
Also-
Mike Wilson, another good impersonator.
Also, I was gonna say to you guys,
oftentimes, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna put you on the spot too.
No, you're good.
Do from Sesame Street, Elmo,
Yeah.
and it is the best in the business that I've heard, and I've heard a lot.
Wow.
Now you're putting me on the spot. Oh goodness.
Yeah, sorry.
Elmo's World. Elmo's World. Elmo's is goldfish, this too. That's Elmo's World. Hi, this is Elmo's World. Yeah, I'm really happy to see you. And so is Dorothy. Say hello, Dorothy. What? That's what Elmo was thinking about today. Yeah,
Yeah. So.
See, now the problem with that is it's so damn good
Oh, thanks, dude.
that everybody gets you to do it all the time instead of you do a lot of
Oh,
voices.
man.
Like
Yeah.
you do a great Peter Griffin from
Oh, thanks.
Family Guy.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You do a lot of good voices, and again, I keep hoping that people ask you to do other voices besides just Elmo all the time.
Yeah,
because it's a great impression, but you've got so many others that are great as well.
Oh,
Again, the
thanks.
Ralphie Wiggum is if it's a high pitched impression, you've got it nailed.
Yeah, pretty much. That is me.
You've got those soprano impressions nailed.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me for sure.
Or what tenor impressions.
Yeah, no soprano. You got it.
You're all three of the tenors wrapped into one.
Yeah, there you go. Sounds good.
Somebody's asking for Andrew Dice Clay. Do you do Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh my God. I don't know. Why don't you meet me in the parking lot? Oh! Is that what it is? I don't know.
Gotta get real dirty to do that.
Yeah, gotta get real dirty. I'm not
God.
doing that. I'm at my parents' house. Oh!
Now, one of the things you did embrace during the pandemic
love
was
this.
the TikTok wave.
Yeah.
You're now doing a lot of videos on TikTok.
Oh God. Not really.
And those are only
but-
like 1 minute, right? You only
Yeah.
get 1 minute.
Yeah. I mean, I do some TikTok things. I get kind of upset about TikTok because like TikTok is one of those things where the more you put into it, the less anyone cares. You know? So like
Aw.
so it's like, I thought, man, what would be really great if I wrote a parody song. If I did Katy Perry's Roar, right? But the whole thing was just describing the plot to The Lion King, to the tune of Katy Perry's Roar. So it's like, I've got the loins of Mufasa, the father. No, I'm not Nala. No, my name is Simba. I am the Lion King. Like all that stuff. Recorded it, did everything, wrote all the music, everything, put it out. No one cares. and then you see someone farting into a Tupperware container and it has 1 billion views. You're like, well, it's Wednesday, you know what that means. Here's a Tupperware container.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey, he's got 1 million
That's
hits.
so genius.
I tried to watch that video today because it intrigued me, but there was no sound. I could not get the sound to work on that.
Oh,
Don't know
goodness.
why.
Which one? The Tupperware farting or the...
No.
There was a silent but deadly one. That's
No, the thing that you did, the Katy
God.
Perry thing with the Lion King.
Yeah. It's on Instagram.
You had it
as well.
posted like 3 times on your timeline. Every time I tried to watch it because I really wanted to hear it, no sound.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll
And again,
fix
my
it.
phone has been wonky lately, so it could be my
It could be
phone.
your phone. It could be.
I'm having issues hearing guests on the show now.
No,
So-
you're good.
But I have to give you kudos, not just for being a quick-witted improvisationist in Clubhouse, which you are bar none one of the funniest guys in those rooms.
Thanks.
I mean, you come up with
That's
stuff so quick.
Yeah,
I'm like,
thank
man,
you.
how does he do it? And again, being able to get through the pandemic like it's no big thing at all. I was very impressed when I saw your feed and how much you had done in
thank
2020 and early 2021 before anybody was getting vaccinated.
you. Yeah.
And again, in Florida, I guess we've been out of the woods for 2 years now.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Governor.
Yeah.
Keeping everything open.
Oh, jeez. Good
But
old
we can see you
DeSantis.
on in person, or we can hear you on Impersonation Nation on Clubhouse.
Yes.
If you're lucky enough to get an invite to come in, talk to me, talk to Renee. We're both in there. We can get you in there.
Of course.
You're in there's 2 Simpsons rooms, right?
Sure is. Yeah. There's
One is Moe's Tavern.
yeah, and one is Krusty Springfield Showdown, which is a game show that's right before that. And
Are
that
these both on Tuesday night?
these are both on Tuesday night.
Because I go in as grandpa sometimes, but I keep forgetting which night it is.
Yeah. No, you should.
That's the way it is with grandpa. He forgets everything.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, and I also have a show of my own on Clubhouse as well through the Comedy Lounge. It's called Childlike Wonder, and it's just a roundtable version of my podcast. And we just talk about nostalgic things, and that is right now. It's on Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern.
Okay.
We're doing an afternoon show. So yeah.
Now, Childlike at Best,
Yes.
is that
It's
on a
like
specific time?
No, that's it's It's not live. It just comes out every Tuesday weekly.
So just go to your feed and look for that.
Exactly. Yeah. And in
All right.
fact, the newest episode is Philip Wilburn. So it's perfect. If
Oh,
you
great.
are a fan of Philip, that's the newest episode. And it's one of the silliest ones we've done in a while. So I'm really excited about it.
I bet.
Yeah. It's great.
We know Philip.
Yeah.
If
great.
I could, Ro, could you take us out tonight with one last song?
Sure. This
Thank
is
you all
called
for coming on tonight. Thank you, Renee and Jonathan, for helping me keep this ship together. Mike, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me. What an honor.
And well,
and
my
I'm
nipples
blessed.
just got hard.
I am so blessed to be here tonight.
Thank you, Ro. Thank you
I'm
so much,
blessed to have
Mike.
you, Ro.
meet you all. I'm so blessed to meet
And
you,
thank
Renee,
you, Ro.
and Mike, and John, and Rory. Thank you for having me on today. Sorry I had to get down.
Grateful to have you, and Mike, we're grateful to have you on as well.
Yeah.
So happy. We hope to see you again. We hope to
Definitely,
bring you
I'll
on
be
to
honored
some.
to
Hope
be
to see
on
you both
again.
again soon.
Okay,
honored to
definitely.
be-
Stay in touch,
Thank
you guys. Stay in touch.
Well, this one's called Mother Rockin' Blues.
Okay.
A little Janice
All right.
for you, okay? Since you left me, baby. Since you left me, baby, I've been lonely, low, and tired. Since you left me, baby. Since you left me, baby, you're no longer by my side. I've got the deep down blues from my head to my shoes. Got the aching, scratching blues. Got the deep down mother rockin' blues. Got the deep down mother rockin' blues. Since you left me, baby. Since you left me, baby. Since you left me, baby. You're no longer around. Since you left me, baby. Since you left me, baby. Since you left me, baby. It's time I moved on. Got the deep down blues from my head, from my head, from my head, from my head to my shoes. Got the again, scratching blues. Got the deep down mother rockin' blues. Got the deep down mother rockin' blues.
Wow.
Thank you all. This is It's Casual, our 12th show. Have a good night.
Wow.
Much love from our bunker to yours.
Love y'all.
Thank you.
Sweat, light, and healing, guys.
Peace, peace. Love you guys. Thank you, everybody.